Ambassador, you were joining that meeting. Can we please get a generic overview of this very important meeting? It was 6 years after their last meeting at the White House.
In one word, it was epic. It was historic. The two leaders, as great leaders, were so calm and direct and supportive of each other, even on issues that may have been difficult for them to address. The teams were also amazing. I think what came out of it could have only been done by these two great leaders addressing very complicated issues at probably one of the most complicated times that the region has seen in the last 100 years. And what's going to come out of it, which the White House will share with all of you, I again think is historic, is brilliant, is going to assuage a lot of fears in the region and allow Turkey and Syria to be a new tapestry free of proxies of surrogates and terrorism and things that people are concerned about. I was so proud of both sides.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ambassador. You said Syria. We know that Turkey has legitimate security concerns on its border, and U.S. and Turkey are NATO allies. Do you think the countries, the U.S. and Turkey, they're aligning on that issue right now?
Absolutely. I mean, I think not only the U.S. and Turkey. I mean, the U.S. When you think about what the U.S. involvement came out of SDF. So our idea is to make it a regional decision. It's really between everybody else. So we're helping. SDF coming on board into the Syrian integrated regime is important. And we had a discussion. Our interests are 100% aligned, including with SDF. Is we're all running to find a pattern and a program that matches with this March 10th agreement that they've already made. The President of the United States on May 10th in Saudi Arabia, at the urging of President Erdogan and Mohammed bin Salman, did one thing. He said, I'm going to give this regime a chance. I'm going to lift sanctions. And he said, I'm leaving it to you, the region, to solve the problems. Because me, as the President of the United States, I'm not investing more troops. I'm not investing more money. I'm not going to have regime change. These are your issues, and I'm going to allow you to solve it and resolve it the way that you want. So that's what we're committed to do. We don't have a colonial mandate or architecture. It's never worked. These colonial mandates imposed by the British, the French, sometimes by us. We've had, since World War II, 14 regime changes, ceasefires, all have failed. This president is saying, I want none of it. I want to give peace a chance. Prosperity comes from the bottom. We'll help with that. But the region has to decide what it wants to do.
On defense cooperation, are we expecting major breakthroughs? President Trump was teasing an F-16 deal and maybe restoring the stalled F-35 talks.
Turkey is our second largest sponsor of NATO. They're the largest owners of F-16s now, but older models, the 30s, the 50s, the 40s. The F-16-70s is a new airplane. They're our biggest sponsor besides ourselves. They deserve the credibility and trust of that. It's been a commercial discussion between Lockheed and them, quite honestly. F-35 is another issue because, as we've talked about, you have two layers of sanctions. You have a CAATSA sanction, which were, by the way, layered on the old regime. So you have CAATSA and you have NDAA. And the reason you have two layers is the acquisition of the S-400s in 2016, which is a Russian missile defense system, aggravated Congress. So the discussions have been going on is what do they do with the S-400? Those discussions have gone on. It was discussed. I think the White House will share with you what the resolution of it is. I think you all should be very proud.